Hold on to your pumpkin spice. It's time to talk fall colors. As the air gets crisp and the leaves start showing off, nature throws its most fabulous fashion show of the year. Think of it as Mother Earth's runway moment, strutting in shades of burnt orange, golden yellow, deep crimson, and cozy brown. These colors don't just scream autumn, they whisper sweater weather, apple picking, and should I buy another candle vibes. So, grab your flannel, sip something cinnamony, and let's dive into the palette that makes fall feel like a warm hug from a crunchy leaf. And if you're new here, I'm Lisa Marie. Welcome to my art studio. I've been a professional artist for over a decade, have a master's in art history, and like many artists, I'm socially awkward but love talking about art techniques, art supplies, and color. The classic fall color scheme is inspired by the nature transformation of leaves and landscapes during autumn. It typically includes warm, earthy, and muted tones that evoke a cozy, nostalgic, and seasonal feeling. Here's a breakdown of the key colors and their associations. So, core colors in a classic fall palette include deep red, also burgundy. This is inspired by maple leaves and apples and adds richness and warmth. Then there's burnt orange or pumpkin orange. This evokes pumpkins, falling leaves, and harvest. It's the quintessential autumn color. Next is golden yellow or mustard yellow. This is reminiscent of cornfields, sunflowers, and changing leaves. It can really add a sense of brightness to your palette. Next is olive green or moss green. This represents fading foliage in nature. It also grounds the palette with an earthy tone. Next is brown or chestnut brown or rust. This symbolizes tree bark, acorns, soil. It adds a nice rustic feel. And finally, there's cream white or beige. These neutral tones balance the bolder colors, and they're often used as background or accent shades. The reason warm, earthy, and muted tones evoke feelings of coziness, nostalgia, and seasonality, especially in fall, has to do with a mix of psychology, cultural associations, and nature's influence. First, there's color psychology. Warm tones like red, orange, and yellow are psychologically stimulating and comforting. They're associated with warmth, fire, and sunlight, things that make us feel safe and cozy. Earthy tones like browns and olive greens are grounding and natural. They evoke stability and calmness. And muted tones, those less saturated colors, feel softer and more relaxed than, say, brighter tones, which can be energizing or too overwhelming. Then there's nature's influence. Fall is a time when nature transitions. Leaves change color, the sun casts a golden hue, and landscapes become more subdued. These colors mirror what we see outdoors, so they feel seasonally appropriate and familiar. Our brains associate these colors with seasonal cues like cooler weather, harvest time, and shorter days. There's also cultural and emotional associations. Fall is often linked with comfort rituals like warm drinks, cozy sweaters, family gatherings, and holidays like Thanksgiving. These experiences are emotionally rich, so the colors tied to them become symbols of nostalgia and warmth. Over time, media, fashion, and design have reinforced these associations, making the palette feel timeless and classic. Quick side note, the art supplies I'm using today are a Hoo-Hoo blendable markers and a Hoo-Hoo mixed media paper. I'll put their direct links in the video description if you want to add them to your art studio. Now let's look at some inspiration. Here are some famous paintings that beautifully incorporate fall color schemes, which are again warm, earthy, and muted tones to evoke that sense of autumn. First, there's Autumn Landscape by Vincent van Gogh. This color scheme has rich browns, golden yellows, and muted greens. Van Gogh captures the fading warmth of the season with earthy tones and textured brushwork that reflect the changing landscape. Next, there's October by Jules Bastien-Lepage. His colors include soft ochres, russet browns, and dusty oranges. This rural scene shows a peasant woman in a field during harvest time, surrounded by subdued autumnal hues and they evoke both, labor and tranquility. Next is Autumn Effect at Argenteuil by Claude Monet. He uses burnt oranges, golden yellows, and warm reds. Monet's impressionist style captures the shimmering light and color of fall foliage reflected in water, creating a peaceful, seasonal atmosphere. An easy and fun way for you to use fall colors in your art is to start with a limited seasonal palette and build from there. Here's a simple method. Start with an autumn starter palette. That means pick 4 to 5 core fall colors. You could use burnt orange, golden yellow, crimson red, olive green, warm brown. Then you're just creating a mood or theme with these colors. Think harvest, cozy cabin, forest walk, or pumpkin patch. Use reference photos or even real leaves that you find out in nature for your inspiration. And add neutrals for balance. Think creams, muted grays to help the warm tones pop without overwhelming the piece. Okay, let's recap fall colors. They typically include warm, earthy, and muted tones. Think deep red, burnt orange, golden yellow, olive green, brown, and cream. They're associated with warmth, fire, and sunlight, things that make us feel safe and cozy. And add neutral colors like creams or grays to balance these colors. And that's it for today. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next video. And as always, stay creative.